What's up, everybody? I'm Getting Intelligent, back with another video. And let me say this right off the bat. Today's video is not a gun review. It's not a mag holster review, and it's not a IWB holster review. Excuse me. Today's video is a little bit different. Today's video is about how our rights are being infringed on and how exercising our rights are slowly but surely starting to get American citizens killed as we enter the phase of being under the thumb of a tyrannical government. Donald Trump is a tyrant. The DOJ is a hand of that tyrant. ICE is a hand of that tyrant. Stephen Miller is a hand of that tyrant. Kristi Noem is a hand of that tyrant. And so is J.D. Vance, if you want to be honest about it. So let's get to it. This right here is one of my EDCs. My FN 509 MRD LE running a Siri Wolf 2 optic and a TLR 7X Streamlight light. Excellent firearm. Suppressor height sights, 4-inch barrel, ambi 17-1, and I have like two extra mags for this because it came with 2 mags. So I have 2 extra mags for this. And of course, let me show this clear. There's no mag in there. And there is nothing in the chamber. Pull the trigger. Gun is safe. This is my Lindahl mag holster. This is my Crucial Concealment IWB. This holster, it's an excellent holster, and you can fit a whole lot of different guns in here by adjusting the little whatever deal that it is in here, the little spacer thing in here. Fits a lot, fits your Glocks, 19s, 17s, 23s, all that stuff. My +1. My main mag running Spear Gold Dot 124 grain hollows. And my extra mag running Federal HST 124 grain hollows. 17 times 2 is 34, plus 1 is 35. So that gives me 35 shots. The reason that I'm mentioning this and the reason that I'm showing this like this is because these tyrants that want to infringe on our Second Amendment rights are saying that Alex Pretti is a domestic terrorist because he came to a protest with his legally owned concealed firearm, properly concealed in an IWB, and he had an extra mag in his mag holster. Kash Patel, who is another hand of the tyrant and the tyrant's tyrannical government, stood up there and lied and said you cannot bring a gun to a protest because that's breaking the law. Breaking the law. That is a damn bald-faced lie. Not only does Minnesota have no rules barring bringing a gun to a protest, Minnesota has a rule that you can carry your firearm anywhere in Minnesota unless it's lawfully prohibited: schools, courthouses, libraries, hospitals, daycares, or privately prohibited, restaurants, movie theaters, supermarkets, places like that. There's no law in the books that says you can't bring your gun to a protest, because with your concealed carry permit and your gun properly concealed, you're bringing your gun wherever you're going. If I go to a protest, I'm bringing my gun. Hell, if I go to Applebee's, I'm bringing my gun. If I go to the movie theater, I'm bringing my gun. It's going to be properly concealed at 3 o'clock, because I don't believe in 6 o'clock carry and I don't believe in appendix carry. It's going to be properly concealed at 3 o'clock with a magazine at 9 o'clock. That's how I carry. Alex Pretti should be alive right now, unless he died of natural causes. But he should not have died at the hands of those agents. His death was an execution. He never came at those officers aggressively. In fact, they came at him aggressively, and that was the initial contact between the two parties. When that lady fell, he did what most men would do. The officer slammed her to the ground, push slammed her, pepper sprayed her. He did what any guy would do. He tried to help the lady up. His back was to the officer. It was between the officer's pepper spray and the lady. To be honest, the officer is actually guilty of assault. The lady was blowing her whistle. He got ticked off. His ego and his feelings were offended. And he push slammed the lady to the ground. I've seen ladies drop their purse. I pick the purse up. Here you go, ma'am. I pull out the chair for my wife. I open the door for my wife. I hold the door for strangers that are females and make sure to usher them in. Just being a man. What happened to being a man? Helping somebody up that's under duress. That man should not have been killed for that. 5 or 6 agents tackled him to the ground, disarmed him. 5 seconds passed between that officer turning his attention from the lady to Pretti and shooting. That agent saw the other agent remove his gun, drew his weapon, and fired twice, shooting him in the back. Was he resisting when they tackled him? No. Man was pepper sprayed all in his nose and all this. I remember back in 1986, some idiot at a football game here in Vegas at Western High School set a tear gas bomb off in the stands. And it was actually down quite a ways from where we were sitting. But man, when that tear gas hit us, we were writhing in pain. We couldn't breathe. Your eyes were burning. Your nose were burning. I mean, everything was just on fire. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I took a knee. Like, what the hell? You know, we thought we were under attack. Of course, we found out later that it was tear gas, and the student got in trouble. He got expelled for the semester and was allowed to come back. Actually caused them to graduate a year later because of losing that semester. But I said that to say this. The man was on the ground writhing in pain. They had his hands pent. He had his phone in his hand. He was trying to continue to record everything. He never reached for a weapon. He never brandished a weapon. He never assaulted anybody. And then while he's laying on the ground, shot, motionless, possibly dead already, but maybe just unconscious or emotionless. Who knows where the shots hit him? Could have hit him in the spine and he was paralyzed. 2 officers step back in and dump another, 6 to 8 rounds in him while he's laying there motionless to make sure he's dead. Public execution by armed agents of our tyrant-in-chief, Donald Trump. Kristi Noem told a bald-faced lie, and so did Kash Patel. Both of them said that he was an assassin, that he came there armed with extra magazines to take out as many people as he could and to, was it, annihilate or destroy law enforcement. He never brandished. He never assaulted. He never threatened. He just tried to help a lady up that was getting assaulted by one of these tyrants, and he died because of it. It's shameful what happened to that man. Every video released, whether the video is normal speed or that video is slowed down, shows that this was a bad shoot and that those officers, all of them, maybe not the one who took his gun and ran away, but the rest of them should be charged and they should be convicted. It's just that plain and simple, because they murdered a man. At the end of this video, I'm going to show a video that slows things down and highlights things, and you're going to see that that guy did nothing wrong. And all of these boot-licking, grifting 2A people have all of a sudden decided it's okay to infringe on our 2A rights. What are they saying? Oh, he shouldn't have been there anyway. Somebody said he shouldn't have been there to help a Latina woman. Come on, dude. We really got to be racist? In 2026, he shouldn't have helped a lady because she was Latina? That's low. That is low. That's low. But what happened to the 2A people? The people who should have been supporting his rights? Sip my coffee. What happened to all those 2A people? They turned on him. They're against him. All these grifting bootlickers, all these don't tread on me people are now tread on me, daddy. Tread on me, daddy Trump. And I'm mentioning Trump because he's enabling this with his rhetoric, with his protection, with his refusal to allow local and state police and investigators to assist in the investigation, which is standard procedure. So he's enabling this. Now, I'm a conservative. I'm very pro-gun. I'm basically a 2A absolutist, with the exception of violent felons. I do not think violent felons, murderers, rapists, armed robbers, people who commit violent felonies, dangerous felonies with firearms should ever get their rights back. That's why I stopped being a Second Amendment absolutist. If you're a felon because you smoked some weed or you sold some weed or you didn't pay your taxes or, something like that, and you meet all the conditions of your parole, probation, your release, and you don't get in trouble for 5 to 10 years after your release, you should get your rights back and be able to own firearms. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. So I'm not MAGA. I am conservative. My party affiliation is nonpartisan. I don't align myself with either party, although I do have conservative views outside of pro-choice and feeling that since the government allows all these companies to put all this junk in our foods, that they should give us health insurance. Other than that, I'm conservative. But all of these don't tread on me people that just want to lick Daddy Trump's boots, kiss his ass, and I'm ultra MAGA and ultra right wing, and I'm 2A absolutist. And no, you're not. You're a grifter. You're a bootlicker. All these gun tubers who are on here against Alex Pretti for having an extra mag. That's standard procedure with us 2A people. Most of us leave the house with our gun with a mag in it, a round chambered, and an extra mag. Some carry the way I do, 6 and 9. Some have what do you call it when it's attached? When the mag holder is attached to the sidecar. Some of us have the sidecar set up. Him coming to a protest with a legally owned firearm, having a valid concealed carry permit. Doesn't matter if he didn't have it with him. A couple of weeks ago, I had my gun on me and I left my wallet at home. Went to get something to eat. I was able to pay for it without coming back to get my wallet because I used Apple Pay. But I left my wallet at home. I didn't have my license. I didn't have my CCW. I didn't have my guard card because I have a security guard card from the Private Investigators Licensing Board of the state of Nevada. Didn't have any of that on me, but I had my firearm. Had the police pull me over. Of course, Nevada's not a duty to inform state, but if they would have asked, I would have said, officer, I have my legally owned EDC on me, but I forgot my CCW. You can look me up. I would have gave him my information. And the most he could have done legally is give me a $25 fine. Misdemeanor. You go down there, you pay it, and you leave. Here in Nevada. In Minnesota, guess how much the fine is if you don't have your CCW on you? $25 and a misdemeanor. Look it up. So they're pushing this narrative to get people to hate him because he helped a Latina and to get everybody against him because he supposedly didn't have his ID on it. Who cares? He's a legal gun owner. He had his gun concealed properly in a proper holster. He wasn't brandishing. He's a legal, valid CCW holder. Who cares if he forgot it that day? We all forget stuff. But those officers, in my opinion, they murdered him. They executed it. One of them you can even see in the background clapping, applauding it. I don't know if you could charge him criminally for that, but you could damn sure fire him for it. Why would you applaud that man's death, needless death? Because he came to a protest and he had his legally owned firearm with him. We are not headed towards a tyrannical governing body. We're in it. We're in the infancy of it. So it hasn't hit hard, but we're in it. It's happening. It's taking place. If you don't think Trump wants to be a dictator, come on. You got to wake up. You got to open your eyes. I don't care if you're MAGA. I don't care if you're left. I don't care if you're liberal, libertarian, conservative, or put an ultra in front of all of those. This shit ain't right. Renee Good's death was needless. And in my opinion, it was a murder. Especially since that first shot more than likely came from the side because the fatal shot hit her in the side and left side and exited the right side. So that first shot that was taken through the windshield didn't kill her. I think that's someone that hit her in her right arm or something. The fatal shot came from the side, came through the window. And that guy was not, I don't even think he was in any type of threat or in harm's way from the jump. But when he got out of the way of the car and had already fired a shot, there was no longer any threat. He was in no harm, at risk of any harm, especially when she was turning right away from him and he was to her left. In my opinion, Jonathan Ross is a murderer. He shot her because he wanted to. And after he shot her, what did he say? Fucking bitch. He didn't say I'm sorry. He didn't say, oh my God. And I don't buy for 1 second he had internal bleeding. I think that's all made up as a buffer to say he got hurt and he was justified in shooting her. I don't buy that one bit. I don't even think he went to the hospital. Now these agents have been placed on administrative leave. We all know state-wise, they could be charged. State, federal, they ain't going to get charged because Trump ain't going to let the DOJ prosecute them. He's going to send the word to Pam Bundy, and she's a puppet. She's going to obey, and she's going to lick his boot, and she's going to say, we did an internal investigation. The officers did nothing wrong, or the agents did nothing wrong. BS. Yes, they did. So, RIP to Alex Pretti. Everybody's trying to make him out to be some kind of villain, a domestic terrorist. That's what they're calling him, an assassin. He's no different than me. I'm not an assassin. I got 35 shots. Or if I take my Glock 19, 31. If I take my Glock 45, 35. If I take my Glock 23, I got 27 shots. If I take my Glock 43X, I got 21 shots. If I take my Springfield Echelon 4.0, 37 shots. Got a lot of EDCs. My goal is 100% to avoid conflict, avoid confrontation. But I will record the police. About a month ago, maybe a little bit before Christmas, so a little over a month ago, I'm an instructor for our county transit system, and I had an issue that required the police to come here. My body cam was already recording when the police got here. The lady cop that I interacted with the most, she was 100% professional before she realized my body cam was going. She was 100% professional after. Works for North Las Vegas Police Department. And the reason she imprinted on my mind is because I kept saying this lady is the epitome of a good police officer. And she's how police should act. She showed up to the scene of a fight with two drunks. And she did some yelling. I'm going to get you in handcuffs if you don't comply. I need you to calm down. Everything was sir. Everything was sir. Never cussed anybody out. Never disrespected anybody. Never got rough with anybody. But she got them to comply. The one that started it and had an open container of alcohol, well, that'll get you arrested here in Vegas. She arrested him. Read him his rights. Treated him like a human being. And that is how police should be. Unless you're forced to get forced compliance or you're forced to use lethal force. There was never any reason to use lethal force on Alex Pretti. There was never any reason to do any more than pepper spray him, because once they pepper sprayed him, they got him down. Handcuff him, get him in jail, charge him if that's what you're going to do, but he didn't need to be shot once. He didn't need to be shot twice. He didn't need to be shot 10 times. He was murdered. And I'm going to leave you guys with this video. And you can take a look at it, and you can make your own thoughts. You can see, you can believe Trump's lies, Pam Bundy's lies, Stephen Miller's lies, Cass Patel's lies, Kristi Noem's lies, J.D. Vance's lies. You can believe all their lies. Or you can believe your lying eyes. And you can believe your lying ears. I know what I believe because I'm a conservative. I'm not MAGA. I'm not ultra MAGA. I'm not far right wing. I'm not a grifter. I'm not a bootlicker. Just a guy who calls it like I see it. And for what I see, that man was murdered. He was executed, and those officers should be brought up on charges and should get significant prison sentences. That's that plain and simple. So you guys take a look at this video. Leave some thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Armed and Dangerous out. And you guys be safe out there because it's getting bad. Peace.
Now we'll slow things down so each moment is clear. Here is Pretti. Several agents are restraining him, and this is the Border Patrol agent who will shoot him first.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
This appears to be when agents first notice that Pretti is carrying a firearm. and yell that he has a gun. Watching the same moment from a different angle, the agent who first pepper sprayed Pretti beats him several times with the spray canister. We can see that both of Pretti's arms are pinned down by his head. This agent in gray reaches to remove Pretti's weapon from his hip. As this agent unholsters his gun, nudges the agent in gray out of the way, and fires. Let's rewind and focus on the agent who shoots first. Just seconds before he fired, he was facing away from Pretti and focusing on an entirely different situation as he tries to spray a nearby woman with an irritant. The spray appears to malfunction and the agent turns as he adjusts it. That's when someone yells that Pretti has a gun. And around 5 seconds after fully turning his attention toward Pretti, the agent draws his weapon and shoots. His arm visibly recoils at the first shot. The firearm has clearly been removed from the scrum when the first shots are fired toward Pretti at close range. The officer who disarmed Pretti can be seen reacting to the sound of the first shot, looking back toward the skirmish. The shooter was standing behind Pretti and not under direct threat, contradicting statements from Homeland Security officials that he fired defensive shots. He also has a vantage point to see the gun pulled from the scene, but it's unclear if he did, and whether he thought a weapon was still on Pretti. He then fires 3 more shots from behind Pretti, whose arms are down as he appears to brace himself against the pavement. In one hand, he still holds his phone, and in his other, his glasses. The agent in gray who removed Pretti's gun carries it across the street. Pretti is disarmed and falling to the ground. But the agent who first pepper sprayed Pretti and later beat him with a canister also pulls out his gun. From a distance, despite the fact that Pretti is lying motionless on the ground, these 2 agents fire 6 more shots. Neither is under threat.
What the fuck did you just do?
In total,